If you're going to own the outdoors, sometimes you have to get a little bit over the edge. Hi, I'm Chad Booth.
And I'm Maria Rossi. We're going to be rappelling in Fry Canyon with Four Corners Adventure.
We're on the rope and even in the water as we visit areas of historic beauty. Then Steve Human hits the trail and proves that even the smallest town can offer some impressive adventure. Finally, we crash our way into one of the biggest county fairs in the West. AYL is next.
Well, once again, Chad, at your leisure, has brought me to one of the most beautiful places on earth.
Geez, and I thought you were going to be speechless.
Never.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to At Your Leisure today. I'm Chad Booth.
And I'm Maria Rossi.
And we are at the Seven Towers. This at one time was a major metropolis here in Mule Canyon, southeast corner of Utah.
It's so magnificent. It really is. And this is one of the richest areas for Anasazi ruins.
We're going to be jeeping around with our friends from Four Corners Adventures today. They do guided tours. You can rent equipment and go out on your own. But, you know, I really recommend the guided tour because we are standing in this location. These seven towers were built to protect a spring down here. And you say, well, why would people make a fuss about that? But when you look how arid and rugged this area is, and the fact that at one point there may have been 1 million people living here.
Right, there were some turf wars going on.
There might have very well been some turf wars. But I can believe the 1 million because just from this canyon alone, we've seen the towers here, and we've seen homes there, and then way back in that next draw, and you think it's not very far away, but you realize that the house gets smaller, and then it gets a little teeny tiny. And you just really have to look at that scene behind you. Just take a look at that canyon.
It's so simple to get here, and the people are so wonderful here just to guide you out here.
As we were on our way out here, we were actually talking about how friendly the people in the Blanding area are, which is the main town that anchors this area here. A great family vacation destination. We are going to get on our way. We're going to cover the ruins. We are going to do some canyoneering. We have got a full agenda. We are going to keep you on your toes and a few scrapes on our knees. So we're going to gear up and get ready to move on. Right now it's time for you to go to this week's travel adventure.
Thanks, Chad. Well, while you guys are in the southern half of the state and really far south, I am really far north in Utah. I'm in Manila. Now, this is a small town that isn't known for very much, but if you want to get in your quad or side by side, you're going to be able to find some pretty awesome adventure. I'm going to show it to you today.
Manila, right on the border with Wyoming on Highways 43 and 44 in northeastern Utah, is a gateway to many adventures. Flaming Gorge is its most famous, but for those on the four-wheel drive side of things, ATV trails are plentiful too, taking visitors for a thrill ride they never knew they were missing.
We've just been on a tour looking at the grandeur and the vistas that exist here, where 90% of the land in Daggett County is either federally or state-owned. We want other people to experience and enjoy what we have up here.
We started out this morning at Flaming Gorge Resort. We loaded up the four-wheelers, headed on down the road, went through Dutch John, went down the road there into Browns Park, looked at the Jarvie Ranch there run by the BLM. From there we went across the bridge and up Sears Canyon, and now we're on top of Diamond Mountain at one of the lakes up here on.
Descending into the canyons of Browns Park, riders enter a world where trees form a canopy overhead like a long hallway into adventure. Steep walls of solid rock reach for the sky, casting an intimidating shadow over everyone who explores the trail. While not as famous as areas in southern Utah, Browns Park and beyond supply a unique and diverse array of terrain for even the most jaded quad runner.
Daggett County's really got something for everybody, and there are four-wheeling trails in Daggett County that kind of suit all levels. So there's an opportunity no matter what level of rider you are.
Our group today passes into Colorado for a few miles and then loops back over the Green River on the swinging bridge, which is a fun experience on an ATV. Our stop at Jarvie Ranch sheds a bit of light on the outlaw history that permeates the hills of Daggett. If the rocks here could speak, I'm sure they would have some interesting stories to tell about the rustlers and desperados that ran between the Utah, Wyoming, and Colorado borders in their attempts to escape sheriff jurisdiction. Camping is available at Jarvie Ranch and in Browns Park, but that isn't your only option when making the Flaming Gorge area your destination.
You've got all the different lodging in Manila, in Dutch John. You basically, anywhere you park at any of the area hotels, you can basically go from there. You know, and in Daggett County, basically any road, paved or unpaved, is legal for four-wheeler use. So you could, you know, park yourself at a hotel, unload your four-wheeler there, and then you could just go from there. I mean, you wouldn't even have to take the trailer and the four-wheeler to a certain spot.
Casey Snyder acts as our guide today, and he knows all the ins and outs of the Browns Park trails. His job isn't just to lead us to views and through canyons, though. As the Utah coordinator for Trout Unlimited's Sportsman Conservation Project, Casey also educates hunters and explorers on proper trail etiquette and treading lightly, things that sometimes we just don't consider.
As hunters and anglers, we utilize ATVs to get us into the backcountry. You know, right where the backcountry starts, we're usually on ATVs or horses or something like that. And what we do is encourage hunters and anglers to responsibly use trails, existing trails that are already out there, so that the same thing, it's like, so we can keep it like it is, so we can keep riding in these places, so that the habitat that supports what we like to catch or we like to shoot is there for the future.
That effort has slowly paid off throughout the West as the image of the destructive off-highway vehicle is being replaced with one of respect and appreciation for public lands. Manila, Utah isn't on everyone's must-visit lists. Even with Flaming Gorge and the excellent trails, it still finds itself in the background. Well, after spending a day in this historic place, riders will wonder why they never knew what they were missing.
The thing about Daggett County is that people will just come out here and give it a chance. You see it on a map, there's this little teeny sliver in the corner of the state, but if somebody would just give it a chance, come out here, spend their money, spend a day, I can guarantee they'll be coming back for a lifetime.
Oh. Well, you can find the most amazing adventure in the smallest towns in the world, and that's what you're going to find here in Manila. Well, for At Your Leisure, I'm Stephen Human. Now let's head back south to Chad and Rhea.
Oh, that was just way too easy.
You know, earlier you talked about how you thought your Buick could make it when we first started, but I haven't heard another word about the Buicks.
All right, I've changed my mind.
Oh my God.
I've changed my mind. The old classic Park Avenue is not going to make it up here. Hold on a second. I've left the door open. No, there are a lot of roads out here to cover, and they definitely fall into the category of the road not taken. At least by a Buick.
Less traveled, I think, is what it's called, isn't it? The road less traveled?
Yeah, well, yes. I don't think some of these have ever been traveled before.
That's why it's so magnificent out
That's
here.
true. Although I did notice you were pretty white-fingery there for part of it.
Yeah, well, you were driving.
Because this is pretty hard stuff to get to. I mean, sometimes you're just cobbling over a great big wash, and there are big rocks and everything, and you have to avoid it. But it sure is a lot of fun.
Oh, it's just a blast. Look what time it is. We have an agenda. We need to get moving.
Okay.
Lots to explore today.
Polaris is making room for 2015s with huge deals on every 2014 during the Polaris Factory Authorized Clearance. Hard-working Rangers have rebates up to $1,000. Legendary Sportsmen start under $100 a month. Award-winning Razors are up to $1,000 off. Get huge rebates and low financing right now during the Polaris Factory Authorized Clearance.
There aren't a lot of places in this world where you can feel truly free and wild, where the horizon invites you to set off on adventure. In Tooele County, you'll find just that. Explore the Benson Grist Mill and step back in time. Find yourself on a trek through our canyons. Tooele County. Experience endless horizons.
It's a perfect time to buy a boat, whether it be a boat, yacht, houseboat, pontoon, ski boat, we have them all. Executive Boat and Yacht, and we're a one-stop boat shop. We do mechanics, fiberglass upholstery, canvas. You bring it to one place, we take care of you. ExecutiveYacht.com.
There's no need to travel far to find that perfect family adventure. Welcome to Utah's Nebo Loop Scenic Byway. 38 miles of winding highway through the southern end of the Wasatch Mountains. Join us in Juab County. It'll change your family forever.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure, and once again, I'm in the driver's seat, right where I like to be.
And right where the rest of us are absolutely, completely, terrifically, totally frightened to death.
Not true.
We tease Rhea, but she's really actually a good driver.
That's because I drove in Chicago for 10 years.
As a matter of fact, maybe we can let you be our next product reviewer.
Oh, can I?
I don't know. Let's talk to the guy that's in charge right now and find out.
Let's go.
Well, thanks, Chad and Rhea. Today we got a really cool product review, and it's the Scrambler 1000 by Polaris. And if you're like me and you like to run around with your hair on fire, but you still got to get some work done once in a while, this is the perfect machine for you. It's a 950cc machine that puts out over 89 horsepower, which is amazing when you talk about a machine this size. I gotta say, this machine is a lot of fun to ride. It has just an absolute ton of power. You know, I know the craze right now are all the razors and that kind of stuff, but I still truly enjoy riding just a four-wheeler. You can move around on it. You're a lot more connected with the outside, and this machine really, because of all the power it has and the handling, it is absolutely a blast to drive. You know, and what's cool about this four-wheeler too is that it's not just going to be used in the summertime. I've had this thing out in about 12 inches of snow, and it just flew through that stuff as well. So you can take this machine out year-round and ride it. You may not be able to go up into the high mountains, but there's always desert, and there's always places, even if there's a little bit of snow on the ground, this machine absolutely excels in it. Now up front here, you'll see that we have Fox Podium shocks that give you 9 inches of travel, and you can really adjust the ride with the remote reservoirs on them. It has Carlisle tires, 26-inch Carlisle tires right from the factory, which gives this machine over 11.5 inches of ground clearance. Now back here it has nice large footwells, which are great if you've got big boots on or whatever. You don't have to worry about trying to fit your foot into some small area. Up here on the dash, it has your standard two-wheel drive to four-wheel drive switch, all electronic, and it locks in all 4 tires. So you've got true four-wheel drive on this. You've got a 12-volt outlet for your cell phone or your GPS, a nice digital gauge which has all the stuff on it you need, and it also has a overdrive on the reverse, so if you're doing a little plowing or whatever, you know, it still is a full-blown four-wheel drive machine. Now one thing this machine has standard is power steering, which is very nice if you're going to go on a long ride, or if you're on a rocky trail where you're kind of hitting those rocks with your front tires. You don't get that jarring effect. It really makes it a pleasure to ride. Now here in the back, you'll again notice it has the Fox shocks on it, fully adjustable, full independent rear suspension on this thing. So it really will suck up the bumps, stay level when you're going around corners. It really is a lot of fun to race around. It also comes with a hitch on it, and this thing, believe it or not, can tow almost 2,000 pounds. Well, if you'd like to check out one of these scramblers, get into Triple S Polaris. They'd be glad to show you all the cool features. They have a store in Cedar City and also one in Roy. I'm Darren Kinder. We'll see you next time.
The Polaris factory authorized clearance is going on now at Triple S Polaris. Get the best deals of the year on 2014 Polaris ATVs as we make room for the new 2015 models. Get rebates up to $1,000 on Rangers and Razors with special monthly pricing of only $100 a month on Sportsman. Couple all that with the lowest financing of the year and the best service in the industry, and you have a whole new reason to come into Triple S Polaris for the factory authorized clearance. Triple S Polaris. Service to the power of 3.
I grew up in the Uinta Basin, and I think that it's a good place to raise a family. My wife and I moved away for a short time, and we ended up moving back to Vernal, and we've been very happy. Our kids have done well here. It's a small enough community that you get to know a lot of people, but yet it's big enough that you can kind of get lost if you want to. So why don't you come out and just give Vernal a try? It's a great place to live.
Watch At Your Leisure Saturday nights at 10:30 and Sunday mornings at 9 on ABC4 Utah.
You go through the day-to-day repeating what you did yesterday. Don't you wish you could access that piece of your life that's missing?
August 4th, you can do just that in Cedar City as the Tour of Utah opens with a brand new 113-mile course that starts and ends right in downtown. Follow the action through the Parowan Gap, up to Bryan Head, and through Cedar Breaks National Monument. The Tour of Utah in Cedar City, August 4th. Visit cedarcityayl.com for more information about all the adventure you can experience in scenic southern Utah.
All right, just 3 steps from paradise, Rhea. Just keep backing up.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure. This guy gets me into all kinds of predicaments. Hey, we are standing here on a beautiful day here in Fry Canyon in San Juan County, and we're about to rappel into this gorgeous 50-foot slot canyon.
It's a deep, dark crevasse filled with wild pumas.
That's not true. It's beautiful down there. And I can't wait to get in here. And we're here with Four Corners Adventures, and we're about ready to have ourselves some fun today. And I think you need to get your gear on.
Hold your feet back.
You can see how much fun this adventure is. Now, this is the bottom of our second rappel. I'm figuring maybe 85, 90 feet total rappel. We've had to swim maybe a pull and a half length, and so far, so good. Is this not the most fun you've ever had, Rhea?
This is a blast. It is so much fun. We've got a few more miles to go, so let's take a look at our trailhead adventure.
You know, when you think about it, there's no better example of the lifestyle of rural America than the county fair. Here, everything is on display that makes small-town life so unique. And that's just what you'll find at the Juab County Fair in Nephi, Utah, just a little over an hour south of Salt Lake City on I-15. But where you might think you know exactly what to expect, things are quite different once you step into the arena. From August 4th through the 9th, the Juab County Fairgrounds will be the epicenter of mudslinging, wheel spinning, bronco busting, and metal crunching action, the likes of which aren't normally seen outside the largest venues in the West. While most county fairs are known for their rides and livestock displays, here in Nephi, all of that is mixed in with events meant to showcase the true cowboy spirit. A spirit that still runs free in central Utah even in the 21st century. But that modern Wrangler mystique is celebrated on ATVs these days, in the ring, with just as much gusto as it is on a bucking bull at the rodeo.
Well, it's really exciting. I have 3 generations, myself, my son, and my grandkids all involved in it. It's really neat. It goes back to our heritage, where it belonged as we started as growing up. When we come to this country, and we're losing it. We got to keep fighting to keep our heritage.
Now, part of keeping that heritage alive involves sparking excitement in the next generation. You know, for teenagers used to a constant connection with technology, the thought of seeing some cows and horses may not pique their interest. Well, that's why Juab has gone to great lengths to make this event something everyone will want to see. The rodeo is just one aspect of that, with teenagers training for months to stay in the saddle in front of thousands in the crowd. But one of the more recent additions to the fair can have even more impact, literally. Like a symphony of destruction, the Demolition Derby smashes its way into the very nervous system of not only the competitors, but the spectators too.
It's the opposite of racing. The last car wins. So you just pound each other and avoid the driver's door and just hit as hard as you can. And we have a prize for most aggressive driver. There's nothing like it. It's just a lot of adrenaline and good way to get your anger out.
You get a little worried before knowing that you're crashing on purpose, but it's fun time.
The Juab Fairgrounds have been remodeled over the past few years in order to give spectators the best experience for these more extreme events. Those improvements have actually impacted the shows themselves, they've been able to expand beyond what was possible just 5 years ago.
Probably one of the biggest car counts of the state, and we have one of the best bleachers here, stadium, and it usually doesn't sell out, so you can come the night of, usually, get tickets.
This is my first time over at Nephi. I've come over for many years and see how the show was run, and they do a way good job over here.
The Juab County Fair will take place just this week, August 4th through the 9th, with the Demolition Derby dominating the arena Saturday night. The county fair is still the greatest celebration of the rural lifestyle anywhere. That has never been better displayed than in Nephi this August.
You know, we've tried to improve and grow so that we can stay up with all of it. It's hard to be on top when you're a smaller community and fighting the bigger communities on it. That's what it's all about, is you know, having people have fun when they get here. If they can come here and have some fun and enjoy it and forget about the heat and the fires, that's what it's all about.
Having fun, staying cool, and a little cowboy spirit mixed in, with a lot of action. From the trailhead, I'm Terry Wood.
We'd like to thank Rocky Mountain ATV MC for sponsoring that story. Those guys are great. Check them out on the web at RockyMountainATVMC.com.
If you'd like information on our trailhead adventure, just go to our website, AYLTV.com. You got a comment about the story? That's why you use Facebook, because we'll talk back to you.
Exactly. And right now we're talking to Jared Barrett, who is the owner and proprietor of the Four Corners Adventures here in San Juan County, Utah. And I'm telling you, Jared, you took us for some real fun stuff today.
It was quite an adventure, wasn't it?
It really was. That swim through those slot canyons, crazy.
Jared, you don't think you ever recall this much water in here before, huh?
There's definitely never been this much water.
How do you like that? You go out with a seasoned outfitter and you go on an adventure, and it's a first for him too.
Yeah.
Very nice, very nice.
It's fabulous. So what else besides this incredible rappelling and canyoneering can you do with your business?
So we offer services in jeeping, Jeep rentals, Jeep tours, Anasazi ruin tours, day hikes, backpacking from 3 to 5 days, and charters on Lake Powell, and kayaking.
What's your goal? What's your goal when a family comes to you and say, okay, take us out in this beautiful country of San Juan County in the south part of Utah, this beautiful, iconic desert landscape, and do something for us? What is your goal with those people?
You know, our most important goal is to make sure that they have a great time. And so we try to get to know them and find out what their limits are, what they want to accomplish, and we really try to provide that to them.
This is just one of the most beautiful places in Utah. Believe it.
If you're not already making reservations to come down here, we're going to actually go to a commercial break, give you a chance to do that. We have more action ahead. Summer is the time for construction in Utah, but this year you can use it to your advantage at Ray City RV as we introduce our construction price reduction sale. Get the best deals of the year on your new tent trailer for your family. Coming to Ray City off Riverdale Road in Roy.
Polaris is making room for 2015s with huge deals on every 2014. Every racer, every ranger, every sportsman. Every Polaris is priced to move during the Polaris Factory Authorized Clearance. Hard-working rangers have rebates up to $1,000. Legendary sportsmen start under $100 a month. Award-winning racers are up to $1,000 off.
Stedman's Recreation. People might tell you it's 300 miles out here, but remember, it's really only 30 miles back.
Color. It's something that can be seen. But have you ever wanted to reach out and touch it? Experience it. In San Juan County, Utah, color comes to life like nowhere else on earth. Color can be more than an abstract. Color can be your gateway to a new world. Visit San Juan County and explore the past, present, and future in a way that you've only dreamed of. San Juan County. Color. Your experience.
Don't let the construction slow you down. Come into Ray City RV in Roy for our construction price reduction sale. Our 2014 clearance units are at the lowest prices of the year, and you can drive away with the RV of your dreams right now. Ray City RV off Riverdale Road in Roy. You're watching a legacy edition of At Your Leisure on the Prehistoric TV Network. Flintstone style, huh?
Yuppa duppa doo.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure. We have just been having a lot of fun making little discoveries like this down in San Juan County. We are now in White Canyon, out of Fry Canyon, and we're on our way to the rim to head back to end our episode. Has this been worth it, Rhea?
Oh, it's been awesome. Every single step has really been awesome.
I agree that it has. And you know what? As weird and wacky as our sense of humor is, it's nice to find a group of guides that kind of understand that we're just a little bit off-center.
That's right, because they're really solid. Great group.
Well, we got a lot of business to take care of right now. How about taking a look at our calendar of events?
First off, we have coming right up on Monday, August 4th, the start of the Tour of Utah in Cedar City. The first leg will actually start and end right in downtown, and there will be a lot of festivities. Find out more at cedarcityayl.com. Then, for you motor lovers, there is the Manti Scenic ATV Run August 14th through the 16th in Manti, Utah. Now, these guided ATV tours will take you onto the Arapeen Trail and up into the Manti-La Salle National Forest. If you want to join the trip, you can find out more at mantiatvRun.com. Also, just a reminder for those of you who signed up to win our Caribbean cruise, we will be announcing the winner on next week's show. So you'll want to pay extra attention to see if you've won the MSC AYL Columbus Travel 7-day cruise. Now, you can also call Columbus Travel and get special AYL pricing for cruises in January, February, and March of 2015. The prices are unbelievably low, starting at under $700, so you won't be disappointed if you make that call.
And now, stay tuned for this special announcement from Prehistoric TV, this week's contest winner.
This week we have a Facebook winner. Sherry Neiman posted this photo of her razor with a sticker right there on the roll bar. Congratulations, Sherry. You are the winner of a vacation package to Lizzie and Charlie's in Marysvale. This includes a night stay in the gorgeous cabins there and a day of ATVing on the Paiute ATV Trail System. You can find out more about this prize at lizzieandcharlies.com. Remember to get those stickers.
So now let's take a look at next week's show.
We're playing in the dark and going in search of goblins on the next At Your Leisure. First, Chad and Alicia turn out the lights at one destination where adventure doesn't end just because the sun goes down. Then join me, Stephen Human, as I find the mysteries of Goblin Valley and how you can experience this amazing place in a new way. Plus, we'll announce the winner of our Caribbean cruise vacation. You won't want to miss a minute next week.
Wow, as you can see, next week is just one more example of why we own the outdoors, and you should be there for it. Hey, you should have been here for this, and this has just absolutely been a blast. Jared, I want to ask you a question. If somebody wants to come out here and do this whole adventure with you guys, how do they do it?
Probably the easiest way would be just to hit up our website. That's at www.fourcornersadventures.com.
Believe me, you need to come do this. It'll be worth every penny. It'll be worth every minute. We have done things that I never imagined that we had within us to do.
It's so true. We had such a blast, and these guys rock.
That's right. Yeah, Cassie and Dallin, they kind of swept up after us on the tail end, just making sure that they picked up all the parts that fell off of us as we went through it.
So between now and the next time, just make sure you bring your family and your friends out to the great outdoors. At your leisure.
We'll see you next week. In fact, hey, Tyler, you want to go again? We'll do it.
I think that worked.
That worked, right?
That was wonderful workage.
Wow, as you can see, next week's show is just one more.
Not promising the quality on that.
Hi, I'm Chad Booth from At Your Leisure. I hope you just enjoyed the YouTube video that you just watched. Now, remember, we come up with new videos like this every single week, so you might want to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you never miss a single story that we have out. Now, you can also share us with all of your friends on social media. Here's how to do it right here, and that way they can have fun too. If you want detailed information, we of course have our website, ayltv.com, and from there you can find out which television stations we broadcast on, so you never have to spend a day without your fix of family-oriented outdoor recreation adventure. Plus, don't forget we have really cool contests.